open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight, dripping light.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you being here. You could be doing anything in the world, but you're here with me, and I fucking appreciate that shit. So I've gone back and forth over whether I want to do painting projects, and I've tried some different things, and you know, this is all a learning experience for me, and I decided I want to do my own project and keep it really simple. So I'm doing a 10 painting / usage items project for the rest of the year. So I picked 10 products, and they all have like a goal, all right? And once that goal is reached, I roll something else in. So I'm going to show you the 10 products and what their goal is, and we're going to talk about it, okay? All right, let's see. The first one is the Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3. I use this as a highlighting palette. It's quite beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see how pretty that is. It's very, very pretty. I actually use this one a ton as a highlighter. I really, really like this palette. And so the goal here is use 30 times, and I've already used it 5 times. So that's a good one for me. This is one of my favorite palettes. It's probably my favorite neutral palette. This is the Nubian by Juvia's Place. You can see I have a huge dip in this one right here. And the goal is to use this palette 15 times, okay? And not in conjunction with something, it by itself. Make a look with this by itself. So I think I've used it twice. I have everything written down how many times I've used it. And the next one, 2 are ones that I love a lot. They're from Natasha Denona. They're my favorite 5-pan palettes. This is palette 5, number 3. And you can see I've used this one quite a bit. My favorite shade is this one right here. It's called Cloudy Blue. I wasn't going to swatch anything, but the goal here is to use 10 times, either in conjunction with other palettes or by itself. Let me give you this silver. And you can see I have pan right there in that silver. I don't have pan in a lot of products, but I love this palette. And you can see how this one shifts. Ugh, so gorgeous. So that's one. Then the next one is palette 5, number 10. And the goal is the same, to use it 10 times. I do have pan in this one as well. See it right there? Yes, indeedy. I made some pan. I would actually get use out of these. I don't use these as much, but they're equally as gorgeous. You can see that one's gorgeous. Let me give you this gold down here so you can just live better. I mean, it's stunning. So I want to use this 10 times in conjunction with other palettes or by itself. Okay. The next one is something I've actually used a ton, and once I use it, I'm going to actually throw it away. I don't think it'll be of use to anybody else. This is the Becca times Chrissy Teigen palette. You can see I've got a big, or not big pan, but I've definitely got pan. And the goal with this one is to use 10 times. I've used it twice since I started this project, and I'd like to see this get a little bit wider. So, okay. Sound Cosmetics Winter Harvest palette. I love this palette so much. It's so gorgeous. The goal with this one is to use it 10 times. I think this is such a beautiful palette, just so well done. The matte to shimmer ratio, the different types of mattes. Like this is a mustard, this is like a mustard brown, and this is an orange. The variation is just so beautiful. And this green is outrageous. This right here, let me see if I can do it. It's so beautiful. So I really like this palette, and the goal with this one is to use it 10 times by itself. Okay, next we have the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself. The goal with this one is to use it 7 times. This is a beautiful, beautiful palette. My favorite one is probably this one right here and this one right here. Let me give you some swatches. I gotta find a place. stunning. That's this one right here. And let me give you this one right here. I'm going to give you a swatch of that one. Let's see where, I don't know where to put it. Let's see. Let's put it right here. That's this one right here. And like I said, the goal is to use it 7 times. Okay, then next, MAC's Oh Darling. Now I have 2 Oh Darlings. I have just this regular one, and then I have one that came in like a Christmas edition that I don't really touch. I love this shade. It's gorgeous. It's perfect for tan skin. The goal with this is to use it 15 times. I mean, it's just very sexy. You can tell it's very beautiful. I mean, it's definitely a cult classic. Everybody loves this. And again, this is to be used 15 times. Okay, now this one is a Just Color Eye Primer. And the goal with this one is to finish it. This is the primer that I've been using. I have a shit ton of eye primers that are just sitting in my drawers, and I never use them. And so I'm starting to use them. And the goal is to use this up completely, okay? The last thing is a small Makeup Forever palette with setting powders. Okay, so when I do prime my eyes, these are the setting powders that I use because I am tan skinned. And I kind of just swirl them together. And the goal with this is to use it 30 times. I've already used it 10 times. Okay, so those are the products that I will be using. Once a product makes its goal, I will move something in. I've already have some ideas of some other things I can move in. I can show you real quick some things that I want to move in. I definitely want to move this in very soon. This is the Revolution Makeup One for Playing Game blush. This is one of my first blushes that I bought when I got back into makeup. Oh, this one open. I really like this, and I would love to roll it in. It's very beautiful. Also, I like to roll this in. This is an Hourglass Ambient lighting palette. You can see I've panned this one completely, and I'd like to use these 2 probably 45 times or so. So those are 2 that I've already been thinking about kind of rolling in and getting some use out of. Another one that I've been thinking about rolling in is my Nivea Post Shave Balm. This is something that Nikki Tutorials kind of made famous for as a primer. It actually is amazing for me. Like, I don't know how it works for other people, but it's very, very good. And so I want to use that. I would like to roll that in. Then I'd like to also finish this up, which is the Sunday Riley Tidal Brightening Enzyme Water Cream. I'd like to use this up. So that's another thing I'm ready to roll in. I'm ready to get the hell, because I've had this, you know, this is at the end. I'm ready to reuse this up. This is the Smashbox Primer Water. So I'm ready, you know, for that to move on. There's a couple of other things. Well, this is another one. This is the Needles No More Baggage Dr. Brandt. I'm ready to use this up. So I do have some ideas of things I want to kind of have in the back of my mind to move on, you know, to the next, you know, the next 10. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you for being so supportive and kind. I know I kind of march to the beat of my own drum, and a lot of people don't like that. But those of you who respect the fact that I'm an individual, I am me, you know, and I'm okay with me. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are doing very well. Take care, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.